Hi, I'm Rori Raye, and what do we do about commitment-phobic men? Well, there's lots of ways you can be phobic, which is afraid. He's just afraid. And that feels like you can break through, you can get his interest. Or phobic is, nope, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not stepping up, I am a bachelor. Or it could mean, I am afraid or not interested in being in a committed relationship right now, or I'm not inspired by you, or any of those things, right? So we tend to believe that this is about his fear, and we can release it by being close to him. We can release it by being his friend, by hanging out with him, by having sex with him, by being friends with benefits, or just companionship, or hanging out at work, or any of those things that make us believe that just being close to him getting a real feel for how great we are and how wonderful we are and how sexy we are and how important we are to him, that just like in the movies, there have been so many of those where those commitment-phobic men get into friends with benefits relationships with our heroine, and she gets him in the end through many ups and downs. So we keep thinking the ups and downs are going to lead to what we want, right? I know years ago I was embroiled in this, one after another, guys who were commitment-phobic. And so I just hung in there. Have you done that? Perhaps you're in a relationship like that, just hanging in and thinking that friends with benefits actually meant the pre-arrangement before the real relationship. No, that's not true. It's never been true. My mother would have told me it wasn't true. I can tell you from my own experience it wasn't true, and every reader, every one of you out there, it's never happened to go from this friendship place where he is actually saying that he is not interested in commitment, commitment-phobic, is not a workable situation. So what we try to do is hang in and improve the situation. Oh, by the way, there's an article on this. You just click on the link below. It's just an article, and it's got all of this in writing. I mean, all the details, and I can only share with you the kind of core essential information here in this video. So what you need to do, instead of hanging in and trying and demonstrating how wonderful you are, is stepping back and absolutely making it possible and important and available for him to step up. Because commitment phobic could be just, I'm afraid of commitment. I'm afraid of you. You're so wonderful. I don't know how I feel about myself. It could be any level, right? So instead of trying to figure that out, assume he's a regular guy and that you need to give him the opportunity to step up. He needs to want to be there. He needs to want to commit. So what we want to do is be truthful. We want to stand in our true essence, our feminine energy, which means we don't lie. We don't say, oh yeah, it's okay, we're just friends and just hang out and all that stuff. No, we have to say what we want. I want to be in a committed relationship with a man who really wants to be in that relationship with me. I want forever after. I desire being absolutely honest and straightforward and feeling relaxed and peaceful and like a siren in saying the truth and being vulnerable to his answer, well, I'm not interested. And you go, that's fine. So what you need to do with that's fine is you need to, of course, circular date. You need to not be exclusive, and this is what's in the article. You need not to be friends with him. You can't make that happen. It's not the movies. That was a lie. You're not going to be able to turn the friendship into the romance because men don't work that way. They don't all of a sudden go, oh, she was my friend and now I have these feelings for her. If he is a man who really wants to be in a relationship and he's like heavy for that from the beginning, yeah, he may have a whole different set of requirements inside, a whole different set of the way he wants to operate, right? But that is not how you hope. It's not how you plan. What you need to not plan. You need to be absolutely honest. This is what I want. And I really hear how you feel, and that you're commitment phobic, and that I really want something different than that. And yet I really love being with you. It feels so great to be with you. There's so much going on here. I would love to have sex with you. I'd love to talk with you. I'd love to be there late into the night. And I just can't allow myself to get that involved with a commitment phobic man, right? So these kinds of scripts are crucial. Please let me know below in the comments, what it is your situation is, so that I can write back to you, so I can write new articles, do new videos. And I know this sounds harsh, but it's not, because this is the only way to turn him around at the same time as opening up your field of opportunities, right? Commitment phobic men need to stay in a dating queue, not as your best friend, your boyfriend, nothing like that, okay? Love to you.